Going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. If you are in the building, and you can hear me clearly, please drop a one in the chat. Please drop a one in the chat. Please drop a one in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly out there. Drop a one in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly out there. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Can y'all hear me clearly out there? Drop y'all ones, y'all, so we could get into it. Okay. I see the ones. I'm glad you guys can hear me. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm y'all host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Salute to all of the visionaries, man. Shout out to the lovely lady mods, as usual. Wow. Shout out to the lovely lady mods. And welcome back to all the new supporters, man. Welcome back to all the new supporters. We got another great show lined up for you guys today. So do me a favor. Make sure y'all double tap y'all screens on the way in. Double tap y'all screens on the way in. Hit that like button. Double tap y'all screens and hit that like button. Also, share the show. Share the show, y'all. Share it on y'all community tabs, Facebook, Instagram, your Twitters, anywhere that y'all share content. Share the show, y'all. We're going to get into it today. As promised. As promised. Today is a part 2 to yesterday's show. Because as y'all know, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down. As a lot of y'all predicted. I'm going to give y'all that. A lot of y'all was trying to tell me that this wasn't going to work. So we're going to get into it today. We're going to get into it. But before we get into it, right, I'm going to shout you guys out. I'm going to shout everyone out. And then we're going to get into it. All right. So let's see who's in the building. And then we're going to get into it. Shout out to Mark McJoy in the building. Peace, Mark. Shout out to Mark in the building. Salute. Shout out to my man Bob in the building. What up, Bob? Salute to you, man. Salute. Shout out to the cynical one in the building. Hey, Sin. Hey, good to see you. Happy Friday. One of my lovely lady mods in the building today. We are 1 for 1. Up, we are 2 for 2. Shout out to Miss Classy Creole in the building. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday. Shout out to you. I appreciate you always coming through and holding it down as my top lovely lady mod. Good to see you. Shout out to Miss Gigi in the building. What's up, Miss Gigi? How you doing? Miss Gigi? Shout out to Miss Keita T in the building. We are 3 for 3. Shout out to you, Miss Keita T. I appreciate you. Happy Friday. And I appreciate you always coming through and holding it down for me. Shout out to you, Miss Keita T in the building. What up, Rick Slick? Shout out to Rick Slick in the building. Shout out to Miss Lori L in the building. Another one of my top lovely lady moms that always come through and hold it down. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday. So we 4 for 4 so far. We 4 for 4. We are 4 for 4 today. Shout out to the OG in the building. Salute. Shout out to the OG Elisino on the pull up. Salute. What's up, Lynn? Shout out to Lynn D in the building. Salute to you. L'Oreal says Trump, Elon's check bounced. Yeah, we're going to get into it. We are going to get into it for sure, Ms. L'Oreal. For sure. See who else is up in the building. What up, Raj? Shout out to my man Raj Will in the building. Shout out to the Love Network in the building. I appreciate y'all. What's up, Isaac Flores? What's going on, fam? Salute to you, man. Salute. She said they're gonna make up, y'all. What y'all think about that? We're gonna get into it though. We're gonna get into it. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do. L'Oreal said they're gonna make up. I want to see what y'all think about that. We'll see what y'all think about that. Yeah. Yep. What up, Grim Reaper? What's going on? What's going on, Grim Reaper? Shout out to everyone that's in the building, man. If you are here through the vertical feed, double tap your screen, man. Y'all see the show. It's up. If y'all haven't checked out my short, check out my short, because after I ended yesterday's show, and y'all can go and fact check if y'all want to. But Elon got kicked out of Doge. They kicked Elon Musk out of Doge. Rick Slick says, no coming back from accusations. It's one thing to have a fundamental disagreement, another to throw down with slander. Shout out to Rick Slick. That's true. That's true. And that's a very important thing you pointed out too, especially when it comes to relationships, Rick Slick. It's a difference to have a disagreement. It's even a difference to have an argument, but it's about what's said in the argument. And what you pointed out is very key. Very key. Very key. But I'm going to say this, Rick Slick. What Elon Musk said was not a lie. And I'm going to show it because shout out to the supporter that was in the chat yesterday. Let me check. It was y'all give me 1 second. I'm not going to say their real name, but their YouTube name had their name in it. Phoenix. Shout out to Phoenix. Shout out to Phoenix. But Phoenix actually emailed me the court document. I can actually download the whole thing, but we're not going to do all that. But Phoenix actually emailed me the court document that proves that Elon was not lying. He wasn't lying. What up, Free Zone? Shout out to Free Zone Lou in the building. Hey, Free Zone, I got your email too, bro. I already got it queued up. We gonna pull it up. Shout out to Free Zone. What's up, Rage? What's going on? What's up, Daniel Schaefer? They're only allowed 130 days in office as non-elected officials. What's up, Queen Shay? How you doing? Good to see you, Queen Shay. Daniel says, I love how all the Dems hated Elon and now they love him and believe everything he says or does. Hey, Daniel, you notice that, right? You notice how now people are trying to allude to the fact that Elon was on the side of the Democrats the whole time. You notice, you notice how they coming up with these conspiracies now. But let's get into it. Let's get into it because it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. What's up, Kwafi? Shout out to my man Kwafi in the building. Let's get into it. Let's get into it because Elon says some crazy stuff that we covered on yesterday's show. And then we found out, thanks to you guys in the chat room, right? Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. I found out through you guys, that's why we ended the show early yesterday, that it was going down. And I found out that they kicked him out of Doge. And we also found out that Trump actually knows Epstein. Not only does Trump know him, but Trump was around him. And from the video that I'm about to play, it looks like they were very good friends. You know, whenever you're hanging out with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago, I would have to say that you and Trump are friends. I would have to say that y'all are a lot closer than just business associates, because you do know that on these islands and these places, anyone just isn't allowed there. So just because you may be doing business with Trump, don't mean you're going to go and hang out with Trump. You know, Trump doesn't just hang out with people he does business with. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people think that, rich people just hang out with people because of money. No, rich people hang out with people according to status. It's not according to your money. It's according to your status. It's according to who you are more than what you have. Because you might have somebody that's in the club that may have more money than you individually, but you may come from generational wealth, and this person may just be one generation or two generations rich. So when you start talking about these type of rich, affluent people, you got to think more than money. Okay? You are not allowed access just because of the money. You may be able to have a conversation. You may be able to have that level of access, but that doesn't mean you're going to Star Island. See, it was the same thing with Diddy. Just because you're doing business with Diddy doesn't mean you're going to the freak off mansion on Star Island. It doesn't mean you know where Diddy's house is in Los Angeles, in the Hollywood Hills. See, a lot of us think that money is at the center of what a lot of these people deal with, and is not. See, if you pay attention to what's going on, money is a tool that is used to keep people in place. See, to people who are on the lower levels, such as us, we think money is everything because that's something we don't have. But if you've been following the Diddy trial, If you followed the R. Kelly trial, the Bill Cosby, all of this stuff, they actually used the money to stay in control. You see? See, once you move up in levels, it then becomes about power. It's no longer about losing money. It's about losing power and influence and significance. It's no longer about money. So you could be a multi-millionaire. You think Jay-Z was on Mar-a-Lago? Huh? But there's a big chance that Russell Simmons was there. You see what I'm talking about? You see the levels? You see the levels? So this is what a lot of y'all have to understand. And a lot of y'all don't. So a lot of y'all look at this stuff in a way that you'll never truly understand. So let's get to this video real quick. It's a quick video, but this is proof that Elon was not lying. Elon wasn't lying, y'all. He wasn't lying. What up, Rocco? Free Zone says power is more important than money. There are not too many people that understand that. There's people with a lot of money and no power, and vice versa. Facts. Facts. Elon thought he was going to get into America's business heavy so that he can take over. Exactly. That's Trump's fault. We're going to get into that too, Kwafi. But let's get into this video real quick. This is the proof that Elon wasn't lying, y'all. He wasn't lying. Now, this is footage. Look, archive footage shot by NBC shows Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago with Jeffrey Epstein in 1992. So, as y'all can see there, he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. Here's even more proof here. Here's even some more proof. Shout out to Phoenix. I'm not gonna download the PDF, but here's the case right here. Here's the case right here, y'all. Katie Johnson versus Donald Trump. Here it is. The case was filed April 26, 2016. But it also said the date it was terminated was May 2nd. But it says right here, document number 1, April 26, 2016, complaint against defendants Jeffrey E. Epstein, Donald J. Trump, case assigned by Judge Dolly M.G. for all further proceedings. See, I can download the PDF right here. So this proves that he was on a case with Jeffrey Epstein. And this case was him and Epstein, right, versus Katie Johnson. This is the woman who's accusing Trump of what he was accused of. And supposedly this happened on Epstein's island. Epstein is connected to this, and y'all see it right here. It's right here. Certification and notice of interested parties filed by plaintiff Katie Johnson, April 26, 2016. This is real, y'all. He wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. He wasn't just making up stuff. This is crazy, but Elon wasn't capping. April 26, 2016, request to proceed in former pupilless declaration in support filed by plaintiff Katie Johnson. See, this is real. He wasn't lying. He wasn't lying, y'all. But it also says here, date terminated May 2nd, 2016. Date of last known filing, May 9th, 2016. So, I don't know if we can call that as being valid at this point. What up, Johnny Five? What's going on? Colleen Lewis, how you doing, Colleen Lewis? Next step, lower age of consent so Geppettos don't have to be prosecuted. Yeah, we spoke about that over here, Colleen Lewis. But I don't think that has anything to do with Trump. Yeah, Trump did, no, rappers partied with him. You're right about that. But rappers partied with him. He didn't party with rappers. Because remember, Diddy did a lot of stuff at Trump Towers. Remember, a lot of rappers back in the day went to his casinos. They went to the Trump Plaza. So a lot of rappers partied with Trump. Remember, Trump was the money man. So they all wanted to get next to Trump to get some of his money. Okay? Right, Daniel. Shout out to Daniel Schaefer. Case closed. It sound like to me. That's what it sound like to me too. So now we know for a fact that what Elon said about Trump being connected to Jeffrey Epstein, that was true. That was true. But again, and we spoke on this on yesterday's show, where I said, I was thinking that Elon was being a little salacious and trolling. Right? Now we find out with the facts that, okay, yes, he was with Epstein. Yes, they was on a case together that was thrown out the next month. And we just read that. It was thrown out the next month. So now, what are we supposed to do with those claims? You see why I said yesterday, we have to stop taking this political stuff so personal and worry about what's coming down and what's going to happen for the people, and stop being concerned with the personal lives of politicians? You see why? Because yes, he said all of that, and then we found out that the goddamn case got thrown out. So now what do we say? Do we make up something else to say? Do we make up something else now? Or now we're going to try to figure out a way to say, well, he beat the case because then we're going to make up something about that. When you should be worried about how much a loaf of bread is. You are an American citizen. Worry about your problems. Y'all did not care about Barack Obama's life more than y'all care about Donald Trump's and Elon Musk. Why are y'all so concerned about their personal life? Y'all didn't say shit about Obama. Nothing. Y'all didn't sit around and scratch and scrape and pry and lift up every little rock to try to find something about Obama. Everything he said, y'all took it for face value. Y'all had no pushback. Nobody did no content. None of that shit. But any little thing that come out about Donald Trump, y'all go in a frenzy. Do you know what that actually proves? That proves that he's actually a polarizing individual. It proves that he actually has power over you. Because this man could get you out of your body. When you should be worried about the policies, not his penis. See, y'all nowadays, and I think social media did this to people. I think social media done made so many people worried about the wrong shit in life. Social media got people worried about, this is what people worried about today: sex, drugs, and entertainment. You worry about who somebody's sleeping with, who doing drugs, what drugs they doing. I think social media did this to people. Because I remember before social media, people didn't just freely speak on shit like that about people. Social media has geared people to worry about this type of stuff. We worried about the lives of a politician. Whether their life is good or bad, what does that do for your life? You should be worried about the shit that they doing that's going to affect your life. Because whatever they doing is going to affect their life. You see what Elon just did? He got his ass kicked out of Doge. And guess what else, y'all? Check this out. Check this out. Since you want to go against the president at the wrong time in history, look at this, y'all. Look what they talking about doing now. Look what they talking about doing now to him. See what happens when you just want to run your mouth? Look, they talking about kicking his ass out of the country. Now. Oh, you think you something because of your money? You think your money got me elected? We'll kick your ass out of this country. Look, it's right here. Look, deported from the country immediately. Key Trump ally urges ICE to detain illegal alien Elon Musk. See what happens when you run your mouth? You see what happens when you run your mouth? You see what happens when you run your mouth? Thinking your money gonna save you? Now look. Now they putting it out there that he's an illegal alien. Now, some of y'all told me that. Some of y'all was telling me, DS1, Trump is a hypocrite because how he gonna say deport all of these migrants, but Elon Musk is an illegal alien? Y'all was telling me this. Y'all was telling me this. But once you oppose executive order, you gotta go. Because your money doesn't trump my power. See, y'all thought Elon Musk ran the show. I told y'all he didn't run nothing. Didn't I tell y'all that? Y'all thought Elon ran the show. Y'all thought Elon told Trump what to do. Y'all thought Elon Musk was running the goddamn country. That's what y'all thought, didn't y'all? Some of y'all came in the chat room and said it. Some of y'all came in there and said the reason why Trump was doing the shit that he was doing is because Elon told him to do it. This is what y'all was coming in here saying to me. see, I'm going to say the things that y'all said that was right and the stuff that was questionable. Y'all came in here and said Elon Musk might as well be the president, but he can't be the president because he is an illegal alien, but he controls Trump. That's what some of y'all came in here and told me. Does it look like he run the goddamn country now? Does it look like he tell Trump what to do now? Does it look like that? Do you think money can control a president? You believe that now? What's up, Stray Godzilla? Stray Godzilla says it's political theater. I don't put it past it being political theater. Not at all. Johnny Five says Elon is acting like a jealous girlfriend. Not gonna lie. Daniel says President Musk, F off. Trump has and will continue to be the best president for this country. Full stop. Exactly. Exactly, Daniel. He may misspeak, but he's no dummy. Hey, Colleen, you know, a lot of these people forget that their favorite rappers used to go to Donald Trump back in the day for money. You know, they forgot that, right? You know, they used to be friends with Donald Trump so they could stay in his hotels for free. While people running around here making it seem like Trump wanted to be a rapper. No, the rappers hung around Trump. Why you think they put shit in their raps? We hanging at the Trump Plaza. I'm in the Trump Towers. Where you think you got all that from? Because they wanted to be around Trump, because Trump had all the money. Trump had all the money. You could pull the pictures up with Trump with Diddy when Diddy was younger, back in the 90s. When Trump ran New York. Y'all forgot that? Y'all forgot Trump ran New York? Huh? Huh? Should I have to remind y'all that? Trump ran that shit. Trump did. What's up, JD? Shout out to JD 1975 in the building. Salute, fam. B Dolo, what's going on? Because they already knew Trump is a boss. Come on. And the 2000s. Tell them again, Sin. Trump ran New York. And you know what New York is? New York is the financial capital of the world. So imagine having a man that ran New York the 90s and the 2000s. Successful businessman, billionaire, come from money. Now he gets a chance to run the country. Now this man has executive power. Oh man, come on, man. Shout out to my brother Papa Flocka. Bro says, I'm at the Trump International. Ask for me. I ain't never scared. I'm everywhere. Y'all ain't never there. So why would I ever care? Pound for pound, I'm the best to ever come around here. Excluding nobody. Look what I embody. The soul of a hustler. I really ran the streets. He said the CEO was mine. The marketing plan was me. That's Jay-Z. Acting like he Trump. Acting like he Trump. He was telling y'all in that song that he was the brain behind Rockefeller. It wasn't Dane. He said this. That's why he said that CEO was mine. That marketing plan was me. And then these niggas turn around and go against Trump. And then wondering why they on the run. I think the next stream I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna play that. Beyonce and Jay-Z. And we're gonna run. On the run. I'm playing On the Run next show, y'all. Because Jay-Z and Beyonce is on the run. They on the run. Because if you disrespect Donald Trump, guess what? Your ass might get kicked out the country. Look what they're talking about with Elon. Look, y'all think it's a game, right? Deported from the country immediately. Key Trump ally urges ICE to detain illegal alien Elon Musk. You think you somebody? You think you somebody, right? Okay, watch this, Elon. The ongoing Donald Trump Elon Musk feud is as entertaining as it is destructive. Trump has apparently decided Musk's Doge work was bullshit. Ah! Look at Trump. Trump said his work in Doge was bullshit. Musk called Trump's big beautiful bill a disgusting abomination, then tossed gasoline on the fire by claiming that Trump is covering up X crimes he committed alongside Jeffrey Epstein. Now look at this. Many in MAGA are pleading for the two to bury the hatchet before more damage is done. Though both Musk and Trump are thin-skinned, catty queens, notorious for nursing grudges. But for some in MAGA, this is time for a huge sigh of relief. Put yourself in their shoes for a moment. For the best part of a year, you've had to argue that his crushingly unfunny, perpetually embarrassing, and visibly drug-addled loser was a shining light of conservative values, a historic genius, and someone we should all look up to. Now, they don't have to pretend anymore, and the gloves are off. Wow. Y'all hear this? So basically, they were saying Elon Musk was a mascot, y'all. He was a mascot. Y'all told me don't drink the Kool-Aid. Y'all told me. First up to lay into Musk was longtime Trump ally and MAGA central figure Steve Bannon. He's definitely one of Trump's hitmen. He's definitely one of Trump's hitmen. Good afternoon, Miss Camille. Good to see you, love. Good to see you. We are 6 for 6 on a lovely lady Mars today. Good to see y'all in the building. Happy Friday to you, Miss Camille. I appreciate you always coming through and holding it down. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What's up, Double R? Look at this, man. No doubt, Daniel, I appreciate you, man. Salute to you. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out, man. Share the show. I appreciate your support. Steve Bannon, who's never liked Musk, but largely avoided criticizing him for political reasons. Y'all heard that? Now he's unleashed. As per comments in the New York Times, Bannon said it's time for Musk to be removed from the country. They should initiate a formal investigation of his immigration status because I am a strong belief that he is an illegal alien and he should be deported from the country immediately. Bannon also recommended that Trump seize Musk's assets on behalf of the government. I told Steve Bannon is one of Trump's hitmen. I noticed when he coming out to knock something down. President Trump tonight should sign an executive order calling for the Defense Production Act and seize SpaceX tonight before midnight. Look how they feel now. Look how they feel now. One ticket to El Salvador, please. Sadly, SpaceX remains unseized, but we live in hope. Well, I never thought it'll be standing alongside Steve Bannon, but I guess the enemy of your enemy really is your friend after all. So for once, let's let ICE do something that everyone can get behind, scooping up Musk, stripping him of his assets, sending him to a sweaty Louisiana center, and then booting him out of the country. Would it be too much to ask that a spot on a plane to El Salvador will be available? God, did not tell y'all not to play with this Trump administration? Did not tell y'all this administration are taking no prisoners. I told y'all that money shit don't mean anything in the government. Don't mean nothing. All it did was help him get elected. And just because you helped me get elected, don't mean you control me. It don't work like that. I know a lot of us are conspiracy buffs. I'm one myself. I used to walk around with a tinfoil hat and an unk on my neck. So trust me. I was on Rents.com back in the day. Jeff Rents. I listened to Anthony Hilda, David Icke, all of them, Jordan Maxwell. I was into all that conspiracy shit, especially about the government. I told y'all my favorite movies to watch is about espionage. I'm all about watching about government corruption. And I don't know what made y'all think money is in control of all that shit, because it's not. You know what they do to people that they dispose of them people. You think you call some shots? No, you do what we tell you to do. Because if you don't, we'll make sure you don't have no more money. You see what Steve Bannon is saying should happen to Elon? Steve Bannon said that Elon Musk should be investigated for his immigration status. Then they need to use the Production Act to snatch his American businesses from him. And y'all still think Elon and his money controlling something. You heard what Steve Bannon just said? And after we take all his money, we send his ass on a one-way ticket to El Salvador. Y'all still think this Trump administration is playing with anyone? What y'all think Elon Musk gonna do to this government? What? What he gonna do? He gonna say some salacious shit and end up what? Disappearing. He gonna try to say some more crazy stuff and end up what, Classy Creole? Disappearing. What's wrong with y'all? You forgot the biggest conspiracy book ever written was written by a man. His name was William Cooper. It was called Behold the Pale Horse. You forgot that this man worked in the government. He worked for the defense. Y'all forgot that, right? Y'all forgot who William Cooper was. And what happened to him, Classy Creole? One day he ended up what? Disappearing for running his mouth. For telling the public some shit that'll get people in an uproar. He disappeared. William Cooper, the man who wrote Behold a Pale Horse. One day he disappeared. There's no book out there bigger than Behold a Pale Horse when it comes to conspiracy theories, when it comes to cracking the code of the government. They talked about secret societies in that book. They talked about everything in that book. Everything. Area 51, aliens, everything. He disappeared. He disappeared. So what power do you think Elon Musk has? Because he got $1 billion? You think that gives you power? That gives you power on the lower levels. That gives you power on the lower levels. That doesn't give you power on the higher levels. This is what y'all don't understand. This is what I've been trying to tell y'all for years. You think they're going to let his money? Okay. Let's go with what y'all saying. Let's say Trump does have a diabolical plan, right? Let's say he does, right? What makes y'all think that Elon Musk's money is going to get in the way of it? See, I'm saying the Trump administration, I feel like the Trump administration is going to do something good for the American people. Y'all saying that it isn't. You think Elon Musk going to make a difference of it? Either way it go? Huh? What Elon Musk got to do with that? What Elon Musk got to do with that? What? No. Like L'Oreal said, your check has bounced, Elon. You got to go. Because see, when you get to talking about this administration, when you get to running off at your mouth like you know what you're talking about, for this administration, they'll kick your ass out the country. That's what they'll do. Why you think you telling so much truth? They'll kick your ass out of this country. That's what they'll do. They'll come round your ass up and kick you out. You see this? And they ready to do this to a billionaire. They ready to kick him out the country. One ticket to El Salvador, please. Get him out of here. Look at what Steve Bannon said. President Trump tonight should sign an executive order calling for the Defense Production Act and seize SpaceX tonight. But his money calling some shots. But his money is telling the president what to do and what to say. Y'all better wake up and stop believing the shit you heard 20 years ago about the government. Everything you heard ain't true. Everything you believe ain't true. I know that's what you thought it was, but that ain't what it is, because that's not what we're seeing. You see? That's not what we're seeing. What power do we see Elon Musk have in the government? What power? What decision has he made for the American people? Name me one. What, he made a Tesla? Huh? That's because y'all don't know how this shit works. Again, let me remind y'all again before we move on. Keep talking shit about this country. Keep talking shit about this country like you got the freedom of speech, like you forgot about the Patriot Act, and you will get deported. Yeah. Yeah. Because, see, you know what they want to know? How does a person live in a country their whole life that they hate? We don't need people like you in here anymore. We don't need people like you here. We don't need people like you here. Yeah, we don't need you. Look at this. This is why they ready to cook his ass. Let me show you why they ready to cook him and send his ass to El Salvador. Look. Look, he doing too much. He doing too much. The Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. Look at the shit that he's saying. Trying to cause hysteria and chaos amongst the people. Look, this is why they talking about kicking his ass out the country. Look at this dumb shit. Fox News, former Doge head, this is the proof they kicked him out. Former Doge, former, they kicked this dumb ass out. Because you want to act stupid. You want to act like a rich little brat. Okay, we got something for you, buddy. Oh, you trying to scare the American people. Oh, we got something for you. We got something for you. We're gonna run an investigation on your immigration status, and it better come back clean, or your ass getting a one-way trip to El Salvador. Elon, you rich little brat. Huh? You think you're gonna have a little fit and start running off at your mouth and start scaring people? When you know American people are afraid of every little goddamn thing. You know the American people think every goddamn thing is the devil. You know America been thinking the world was going to end since the year 2000. So you want to shake these people up? Okay. Your ass might be getting up out of here, Elon. Your ass might be getting up out of here, Elon. He might be getting up out of here. There you go. Yeah, exactly, sis. He stepped in shit playing with Trump. You don't play with Trump. I saw somebody say earlier, I'm not sure, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Taylor. Hey, Taylor. If that was you, comment in the chat. But I think you said earlier that Trump is petty. Very petty. Very petty. Trump don't forget nothing. Why you think Jay-Z and Beyonce is on the run? They been on the run. How that song go, y'all? We on the run, trying to get next to you. Yeah, they on a run. Why? For saying the shit they said about Donald Trump. And how they're spanking Elon right now is the proof that you bet not play with this administration. Your ass will end up on the run or somewhere in El Salvador. Or be getting the biggest embarrassment of your life. Ask P. Diddy. Didn't I tell y'all he was never coming out of jail? Y'all niggas argue with me about that. Because y'all always think because a nigga got some money, he gonna escape consequence. Y'all argue with me about that. Diddy coming out. Diddy gonna get a bail. I told y'all Diddy was never getting a bail. I told y'all that. Didn't I tell y'all when you lay in the bed with the goddamn devil, one day you gonna wake up in hell? You think you could get out of hell with money? You think you could get out of hell by begging and pleading? I told y'all where Diddy at. Diddy's in hell. Hell. He ain't in jail. Diddy in hell. Y'all said he was getting a bail. So they got bail's bondsmen for hell now. That's how I know a lot of y'all don't really understand what's going on out here. Y'all really don't understand what's going on out here. Because y'all still think on a surface level. You still think money gonna save you in these last days. You still think on a surface level. This how I know you don't know what's going on. You still think on a surface level. Surface level thinker. All the war says Diddy ain't getting out of jail. Of course he not. He's never getting out of jail. Never. Never. Double R says Diddy, Joe Biden, Drake, Eric Holder, all Scorpios. That's a good point. That's a good point, Double R. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. But let's move on, y'all. Let's move on. If y'all are in the building, make sure y'all double tap y'all screens and hit that like button. Double tap y'all screens, hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button on the way in. Let's get into this next video. Because see now, Elon, like Sis said in the chat, Elon done stepped in some shit playing with Trump. Because see now, everybody who was secretly against Elon, right? They're all coming out now. They're all coming out now. Remember, we just read the article with Steve Bannon, where Steve Bannon admitted he never liked Elon, but he never came out and said nothing for political reasons. I'm not going against Trump. It's Trump's decision for us to have Elon amongst us, then we're going to accept Elon. That's what it was, y'all. This is what we're finding out. Trump is the guy. Trump knows what he's doing. Let's follow Trump. And if there's a problem, Trump is going to clean it up. See, their trust is with Trump. It never was with Elon Musk. It never was with Elon. It was with Trump. A lot of people didn't like Elon. A lot of people. It wasn't just y'all in the chat. It wasn't just y'all that came in and told me, hey, don't drink that Elon Kool-Aid. No. It wasn't just y'all. It wasn't. But I try to be more objective now. I try to be more objective. Especially when we're just going off of certain things. We're just going off of opinions. Now, when I talk about Diddy, I'm less objective because there's more proof about who Diddy is. But with Elon, it was just people speculating. It was just a lot of speculation. Now, was a lot of y'all right with y'all speculations? I'm finding out that a lot of y'all was right. Y'all was right. This dude is crazy. He has episodes. Double R says, I'm a Libra. Cancers are loyal. Okay. I mean, thank you, Sin. Thank you. Your views are nonpartisan. Thank you. I appreciate that. Some people thought I was drinking the Elon Kool-Aid. Darth Scario says, Trump just gonna wait for the 2 million to pardon him. What up, T Church? T Church says Elon had that spoiled brat vibe to him. Yeah. He's like a rich kid. Kanye West is like that too. What up, Benjamin Brown? Money can't trump power. Never can. It never can. You never can. But let's get into this video real quick. Shout out to Candace Owens, because Candace Owens put this up on her Instagram yesterday, and she said that this is actually an old video, right? See, she says, this was recorded months ago. The Elon Trump breakup was inevitable. Look, she called this. She called this. So she's another one that was opposed to Elon, but she didn't publicly speak it for political reasons. Because to publicly speak against Elon is to indirectly speak against Trump's decision making. See, this is what y'all don't understand. You got to understand how power works. If Trump's the leader and you're calling out a person that he chose in the public, then to the public, it will look like that the leader doesn't know how to lead, because he can't even keep the people that he's supposed to be leading in order. That's what this is. That's why nobody spoke out against Elon, because Elon was Trump's guy. He was Trump's guy. He was Trump's guy. He was not the conservatives guy. He was not the Republican Party. He was Trump's guy. He was in there because of Trump. He was in there because of Trump. Sin says, you did agree with certain aspects of Trump, but your views are not right wing. Shout out to you, Sin. Elisino says, the writing been on the wall. And this is what Candace is saying. So let's get into what Candace Owens is saying. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Thank you, Miss Classy Creole, for the fair use message. What's up, Kevin Jones? I see you in the building.
About this, okay? People on the right worship technocrats like people on the left worship Hollywood. That's the reality, okay? Elon Musk got behind Trump at the very end, right? When victory was in the sight, he was like, I am the number one Trumper. And the next thing you know, he's like living at Mar-a-Lago and somehow also, I'm supposed to believe, running 3 businesses. I'll ask the question, let me not be judgmental. What conservative value does Elon Musk hold dear that made him worthy of his proximity to Trump's administration? And please don't say you went all in on Doge. Like he was the only person cut for the job of cutting government spending. Any business accountant worth their salt could have cut government costs. You don't need a celebrity. You don't need someone who likes rockets and space to do that. Okay. You just need a very good accountant. So it can't be that. You can't be, I hope we're not that fickle. Is it a stance on family? Is there anyone who's had more baby mama drama? I have been so bothered by this and I've been so disturbed as people are like, he's being taken advantage of. Poor trillionaire, poor gazillionaire with 19 baby mamas. He had no idea. Like he knows how babies are made. So it couldn't have been his stance on family that drove you towards Elon Musk. Was it a stance on faith? Are you a Christian? Or were you one of these Christians that got behind him? Because I'm pretty sure that he's a part of the transhumanist movement, meaning when are we going to turn everybody into AI movement? And people just didn't have an issue. They're just like, this is all fine. It's all fine. What has the MAGA movement become? I'm asking a serious question. What has this movement become? This is getting crazy. And some people just don't have the courage. I guess everybody's just a bandwagon fan. And because Trump was on the bandwagon, everyone just got on the Elon Musk bandwagon, no questions asked. The petty behavior when he was like blocking accounts and taking away check marks because somebody disagreed with him over H-1B visas. I don't even know how you can productively run 3 businesses if that's your approach to life. If when you get angry, you try to make people suffer, whether it's your baby mama or it's someone who's just disagreeing with you over H-1B visas. That's babyish behavior. And I struggle to believe that he is heading up 3 companies if this is how he acts, because you can't unite people around that kind of behavior. And here's what I'm going to say.
What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about what Candace Owens had to say? Because I'm going to say this. A lot of y'all don't like Candace Owens. A lot of y'all have said negative things about Candace Owens. But Candace has been standing her ground, man. I respect her viewpoints, honestly. Isaac says Elon was against for the longest time before switching sides. Kevin Jones says Elon purchasing his access to the White House. He just didn't realize his money couldn't buy everything. Absolutely, Kevin. That's a fact. OG says, "Oh, girl, sharp. I don't trust her though." Why you don't trust her, OG? A lot of people don't like Candace Owens. A lot of people don't trust Candace Owens. I am number 4 says, "I don't trust any of them." I agree with that. I am number 4. Because for you to trust somebody, it has to be personal. So I don't think trusting should ever be the thing for a politician, because then I think you're personalizing it too much. Yeah, I like Candace is very witty, and I like that she's a little prickly too. I like that she's a little prickly. I like that. Everything moves based on our intelligence. CIA is collective AI. That's a good one, Double R. Never heard that, but that's a good one. Dana says it's his Asperger's. They do that. Hey, listen. Not only could it be his Asperger's, but let me say his Asperger's. Let me say it right for y'all come in the chat room, or y'all be listening to the playback and come in the comment section, leaving burgers, leaving burger emojis in the comments. Asperger's. That's the name of it. Asperger's. Right? What a lot of people don't understand is And this is why I may have to agree to an extent that Elon may be, using some illicit drugs, because a lot of people who are on spectrum disorders, right? A lot of them use drugs, usually illicit drugs that they're not supposed to be using, right? So if a person has Asperger's, autism, schizophrenia, these are spectrum disorders. So when you add the illicit drugs like crack, cocaine, heroin, Molly, ecstasy, when you add those illicit drugs, even for some people, marijuana, because of the THC, and when it activates with the other chemicals that's being produced, it can alter your behavior. It can make you erratic. It can make you act, start saying salacious stuff. This is true. This is true. Not only do I know this because I I just learned this in school, but as I spoke about earlier this year, I lost a very good friend of mine, and he suffered from schizophrenia. And one thing that he used to do to stop hearing the voices is he would use illicit drugs to stop hearing the voices telling him to do stuff. But then it didn't make the voices stop. And it made his behavior worse than when he wasn't on it. You see? So we do have to take these things into consideration. Am I sitting here saying that that's just an excuse and we should excuse Elon's behavior? No, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't. What's up, NICU grad? Good to see you. Lynette says that term Asperger's is no longer used in medical terms anymore because of its ties to, right. It's autism. Yes, that's what it's called now, autism. Dana Daughtery says, yes, the ones I know have these problems and it exacerbates their thinking. Yes, absolutely. I know, bro. I know. I know. I know. I know. That's why I explained that. But I brought this up too because as we heard on yesterday's show, people are just saying that Elon's having a crazy episode. They're calling this an episode. They're alluding to his mental illness. They're saying Elon is having a crazy episode. He's wilding out. Like what they say about Kanye. Like when y'all saying, oh, Kanye having another episode. This is what they're saying about Elon. This is what they're saying about Elon. What's up, Alan G? What's up, Aries? How you doing, Aries Cuisine? Shout out to my man Larry Vaughn in the building. What's good, family? Salute to you. Dana says, sadly, it's why his intimate relationships don't work out. Not judging him and not excusing it either. Great point. Drugs contribute to your psyche. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. What's up, Gemini? Shout out to Gemini 605. So, guess who done jumped into this, y'all? Guess who done jumped into this? The person I just brought up. Kanye West. Kanye West, y'all. Now, y'all know Kanye is going to jump in this because Kanye is friends with Elon and he's also friends with Trump. So let's hear what Kanye has to say. Let's hear what Kanye has to say. Kanye West begs Elon Musk and Donald Trump to stop fighting. Kanye West weighed in on Elon Musk and Donald Trump's ongoing feud by pleading with the two to put an end to the beef. Bros, please, no, he wrote on X, formerly Twitter, with a hugging emoji. We love you both so much. The former allies have been exchanging insults as rumors about a rift between the two of them have reached a boiling point. Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we will anymore, Trump recently told reporters in the Oval Office, according to CNN. He added that he's very disappointed in the billionaire. In response to the revelation, Musk has been firing on his X platform. Without me, Trump would have lost his election. Dems would have controlled the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate, Musk said in one post. So here's what's crazy, y'all. Here's why I said y'all can't take this stuff personal. Because on one hand, y'all say Elon got Trump elected. So you agree with Elon on that, but then you disagree with what he's going to bring to this country. Disagree with the AI, you disagree with all that stuff that made him rich, but you agree with him getting the president elected. I'm trying to. I be trying to understand y'all logic at times, man. If it wasn't for Elon Musk, Trump wouldn't have been the president. Elon's evil. What? Huh? Elon's evil. I thought you just said Elon. I thought you just said he got the president elected. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. 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 All right. Shout out to my brother Fierce Soul in the building. Salute, bro. Salute. Okay. Okay. All right. You won. What up, Zuma Duma? Shout out to my brother Zuma in the building. Bro says, tell them ninjas to stop effing up my markets. Hey, you better tell Elon to calm down, bro. Tell Elon to calm down, bro. He doing too much, man. You know when, Zuma, you know when billionaires get upset and start saying stuff, they start shaking up the public. Because we start trying to justify what the billionaire has to say because we think billionaires run the country. We think we that's what we think. So tell your man Elon to chill, bro. For his ass gets sent to El Salvador. Because Steve Bannon, I read an article, bro. I don't know if you was in the clouds. Steve Bannon wants to send his ass to El Salvador. And then after America, the government bankrupts all his companies, send his ass back to his country. That's what Steve Bannon wants done. So if you want these markets to get back right, you better tell Elon to chill, bro. Tell him to chill. He doing too much, bro. He doing too much, man. You know how this goes, Zuma. Hey, Just Jules, how you doing? I'm consistent in saying Elon Musk is the devil. OG says if that's true, then Trump only used him like a piece of tissue. Flush. Exactly. Exactly. It's called power. It's called power. I'll let you think you could buy me until I tell you goodbye and you don't get a receipt, nigga. It's called power. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. And let me give you an example of power in the lower realms. Do you know a man that can get your life force taken out your body for free is more dangerous than a man that could pay for it? Let me repeat that again. Do you know a man is much more dangerous when he has people that remove your life force from your body for free than a man that has to pay for it? Who you think is more dangerous? The man that has to pay for it or the man that does it? Who you think is more powerful? Who you think could trump who? Think about that. Think about that. That shows you the difference between power and money. You see? You could pay for influence. You can't pay for power. Power trumps influence. You could influence somebody by paying them. You can't get nobody no power by paying them. Because somebody will knock your head off for free. See, when you got people that'll do it for the principle, that means power. This man violated a code. He gotta go. He gotta get stepped on. He violated the rules. This ain't got nothing to do with no money. He violated the rules. He gotta go. So this one gets done for free. This ain't got nothing to do with no money. When you violate protocols, when you violate rules and guidelines and procedures, you get knocked down for free. Because this is about maintaining power, order, and control, not money. Money don't dictate power, order, or control. Understand this. And we're talking about power because we're talking about the president. The president is part of the executive branch. Yeah. He controls the military. We're talking about power here. We're talking about power. We're not talking about influence. Telling somebody to do something and commanding them to do something are two different things. It's two different things. See, when you got power, right? When you violate somebody who got power, now everybody who was smiling at you is turning their back on you. Now all the people who Elon thought was his friend, they all on social media trashing his ass because he went against the power. He went against the power. Now you heard, we read what Steve Bannon had to say. Steve Bannon said he need a one-way ticket to El Salvador. And then when we take all his goddamn money, Trump, we send his ass back to Africa. That's what Steve Bannon said we should do to him. We just heard Candace Owens say she never trusted him. Because where does he represent being a conservative? How is this man a conservative? He got a bunch of baby mamas. How is he even here? Like, why is he here? But they didn't say nothing because what? They respect power and order. Because that was Trump's decision. That wasn't an administrative decision. That was Trump's decision to bring Elon in because that's Trump's personal friend. None of them wanted Elon around. Just like a lot of y'all don't trust Elon. They didn't trust him either. But you're not going to stop what's supposed to happen. You're not going to stop what's supposed to be the inevitable, Elon. Just Jules says, so does Trump, 3 baby mamas. Okay, he got 3 baby mamas. That's okay, that's 3. Trump got like, I mean, don't Elon got like 18 baby mothers or something? Don't he got like 18 kids or something? Elon, the scammer that everyone used to pay for the re-up. Right. Facts. I am number 4 says Musk versus Trump will be an epic chess match, but who will win? I already know who's going to win. Trump has already won. The man got kicked out of Doge. His own team kicked him out. That shows you who's going to win. That shows you who already won. Remember, I read the article. They're saying Elon is the former head. He's the former head of Doge. How does the head of something get kicked out? It sounds like somebody who's more powerful than him stepped on him. He was the head of Doge. How he get kicked out? But y'all was the one who said Elon has so much power. It was y'all. Y'all was arguing with me, telling me he was controlling the president. Now we're seeing something different. Now we're seeing something different. Elon is the original welfare queen. That's a good one. That's a good one. What's up, Manje 11? Whoever the power that be is behind is going to win. Yeah, okay. Okay. 130 days was limit. Elon is interesting because he's using IVF to have all of these kids. Elon is a jock sniffer. Y'all bugged out. But Kanye wants them to stop, y'all. Kanye is trying to get his rich friends to stop arguing. You know, Kanye wants them to stop. Stop! You both are my friends. Stop! Stop! That's Kanye, y'all. Stop! Don't embarrass yourselves. Stop! But see, Elon is doing too much. Your man's is doing too much, Kanye. Your man's think he runs some shit. Look what your man's up here talking about. Look at what your man's is up here talking about. He's doing too much, Kanye. Musk calls for Trump's impeachment. He's doing too much, bro. What is he doing? Elon Musk unleashed a fresh round of tweets late Thursday afternoon calling for President Trump to be impeached and declaring that SpaceX would begin decommissioning a spacecraft essential to NASA's operation, though he later backtracked on his threat. Yeah, we know you did. We know you backtracked on your threat, Elon, because your ass is being in El Salvador. Okay, it says why it matters. Trump's threat to cancel billions of dollars of government contracts with Musk's company has ignited a new round of escalation in the explosive civil war between the two former allies. So this is why Elon's upset, y'all. This is why Elon's upset. And I don't know if y'all remember this, but I told y'all that Trump was gonna have to go to his rich friends and tell them they're gonna have to take a pay cut. That they're gonna have to sacrifice for the greater good. I told y'all this. I told y'all kept telling me, oh, Trump is the president. He's just gonna make his friends richer. I said, no, he's not. This country cannot afford to do that again. They're going to have to take a pay cut. They're going to have to pay more. Didn't I tell y'all this? They're going to have to lose some money for the next couple of years. They're going to have to sit down and relax. Sit down and relax. You could take a couple of years off. It won't hurt you. I told y'all this. I told y'all. Y'all was the ones telling me, oh, Trump is just going to help his billionaire friends. Why you think Elon's mad at him? Because Elon's not able to buy favor and say, well, I got you elected, so now you have to give me all of my money back in government contracts. Because this is what rich people like him do. This is why rich people like Elon Musk even involve themselves in politics. It's to get further and further up the business ladder. You don't get it yet? So he thought he was buying favor with Trump. I'm going to give Trump whatever check he need, whatever he asks for, I'm going to give it to him because I'm going to get it back times 1,000. I'm going to get it all back in government contracts. I'm going to have everybody in America driving Teslas. This is the shit that was in Elon Musk's mind. See, that's the mindset of a greedy businessman. That is the mindset of a businessman who don't care about people. He don't care about people. And that's the wrong way to be in this country at this time. Because again, abusing people is anti-Trump administration. Remember what we played, the video we played on yesterday's show. What did that man talk about? What did he say the government, their main focus is on? Abuse and fraud. Abuse and fraud. So you think you just gonna come in and throw a monkey wrench in our plan when this plan, this big beautiful bill is for the people? Elon don't care about people. See, in this administration, if you don't care about people, you can't be in the government. See, if your number one thing for working in the government isn't to help people first, not you going to get a government job because you're going to get paid, but this has to be part of who you are. See, this is why Trump got all them people out. All the people who just work in a government job for money. You work for the goddamn government and all you care about is the money. You don't care about the shit that you do and how it affects people. Those are the people that got to go. And guess what? That includes Elon. I'm sorry, Just Jules, but Trump hasn't abused anyone since he's been the president. Sorry. You're talking about stuff that was in his past when he was a businessman. He's a president now. Okay? His business, when he was a businessman, that's in the past. That's his personal life. That's part of his personal resume. It has nothing to do with what he's been doing as a president. Okay? Let's not get the two mixed up. What he did as a businessman is his personal resume. What he do as a president is what should matter to us. Not what he did as a businessman. Because what he did as a businessman, how did it affect you? How did his business decisions affect your life? Tell me. Since you want to talk about his personal life, how did it affect your life? How did it affect your life? Come on, y'all. Y'all got to stop this. But hey, this is why the average American don't know shit about their country. Because they be so focused on worrying about people's personal shit that you don't know nothing about your country. You don't know nothing about the justice system. You don't know nothing about the court system. You don't know nothing about nothing dealing with government. A lot of y'all don't even understand the 3 branches of government and how they work. Because y'all still think money run the government. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. What about the money he cut from social services? Oh, you talking about all that money that people were stealing? You know, we just did a show, Just Jules, where Trump and his administration just uncovered a $66 million EBT food stamp scheme that was being conducted right in the government. It was being ran by a USDA federal employee. I don't think you was here for that one, Just Jules. So this is why stuff is getting cut, because it's a lot of fraud going on. It's a lot of fraud going on. See, a lot of y'all just read a goddamn headline and get in your feelings. Y'all not even reading what's really going on. Y'all read a headline and, oh, that's what happened. You don't even know why they cutting them social services. We did the show about HUD. HUD is a goddamn fake agency where they were scamming poor people with the Section 8 vouchers. Trump found that and closed that down because that was a scam being ran by government employees to pocket extra money. This is government stuff. This ain't got nothing to do with the people. This is the government scamming the people. The government was doing this shit. And what's bothering a lot of y'all is that A man that y'all hate for no reason is cleaning all this shit up. Just say you're mad because your black president didn't do it. That's why a lot of y'all in y'all feelings. A lot of y'all in y'all feelings because the black president didn't do it. We've been talking about government corruption, but it took a man like Donald Trump to uncover it and to do something about it. And y'all mad because y'all don't like Trump. Oh man, why he had to do it? That's why y'all try to find a reason to say he ain't doing shit. But if Barack Obama was doing this, oh, look at the black man. Look, he's standing up against injustice in the government. But since it's Trump doing it, you can't say that, right? You better get out of that silly way of thinking. You are an American. You American. You American. You better get off that silly stuff because you're American. Don't forget where you live. Getting all in your feelings. See, this is what just happened to Elon Musk. Getting in his feelings, running his mouth. Once you start speaking against this country now, guess what you will be deemed? The T word. See, this ain't that Biden and Harris shit. This ain't Barry's administration. This ain't Kamala shit. This ain't Joe Biden shit. It's a new sheriff in town. When you speak against this country now, your ass might be on the first thing smoking. Get on social media, running your mouth, talking about how much you hate this country and causing havoc. They're gonna ship your ass up out of here. And guess what you're gonna be? You're gonna be just like them idiots that they already rounded up talking about some, I was just recording a video. I was just joking. I didn't mean it. And they're going to put your ass right in the back of that ICE van because you want to be right. Because you want to run your mouth and talk about this country. The same goddamn country you won't leave to go live nowhere else. Exactly, fear soul. That's what you will be considered. You will be charged as committing treason. So still think you could be doing all this. If you want to do all this, get out the country. If you want to do all this about this country, just go and leave. Just go ahead and leave. Just go ahead, get your passport, and go about your business. And then you could get on social media and run your mouth about America all you want. But under this administration, you better watch what you say. You better know the law. Because guess what? Real anti-Americans, they know American law. So how the hell you so anti-American and you don't even know the shit you could say and the shit you can't say? And the shit you could do and the shit you can't do. So a lot of y'all just out here looking crazy, man. You just humiliating yourself. For real. For real. Obama's nickname was Barry. Rodney Pitney says resistance to tyranny is obedience to God. Shout out to you, Roger Pitney. Yeah, I'm talking to Trump haters. Absolutely. Yeah. You don't agree, get out of here. Exactly. Exactly. This is the shit that the president should have been telling us. You want to be on TikTok all day talking shit about the American government. But you love going to Chick-fil-A. They got Chick-fil-A's in other countries. You know, they got McDonald's in other countries. You know, you could go to another country. Why don't you take your ass to the Emirates? Since you so anti-American, since America is so bad, take your ass to Dubai and buy, because at the end of the day, we don't need people like that in the country anyway. Because this country is in a rebuilding phase. And see, I don't know about y'all, but I'm concerned about the future of my country because I plan to be here. My child is going to be in this country. So I'm going to be concerned with it. I'm not going to be just putting me and my family in harm's way. See, I'm not stupid. You see? It's called growing up. And understand you got shit to lose. See that? Well, I'm going to sit here and talk some shit that don't benefit me. I'm going to sit here and talk all this anti-American shit and then go food shopping. Then I'm going to walk in my house and turn on the AC. Then I'm going to walk outside and get in an American vehicle or public transportation. Some shit that they don't have in most other countries. You see what I'm talking about? That's called living a fake life. That's called living outside of reality. What I look like doing that? I'm going to sit here and talk all this anti-American shit, but then go to work, clock in, and pay my taxes. Shut up. You ain't going to do nothing about it. Just like them other presidents, they didn't do shit about this country being a shithole that it's been. All they did was do this. Same shit y'all doing with Trump. Talking. Don't got one solution. To tell you why everything's going to be bad, why everything's going to be messed up, but they can't tell you what they would do. They won't tell you nothing. Why do you want to keep living somewhere you don't feel safe? Why you want to keep living somewhere that has a government you can't trust? Why you want to live here? Why? If the government is evil, if this is going to happen, if you believe all of that you believe, right? Why are you still here? Why are you still here? Why aren't you working to leave? Because you're not going to do nothing about your situation. You just want somebody to hear what you got to say. You see? You see what I'm talking about? What's your solution, Danny Animated? And if you say some shit that's trolling, you're gonna get an Uber. I'm gonna let you know that now. What's up, Star JP? Star JP says, brother, please don't talk again about you don't know about the secret from the palace. Not everything you can show for public consuming. What are you talking about, Star JP? Secret from in the palace. What secret from in the palace? What you talking about? What you talking about? Scott Norris says nobody really even bothered by the hate anymore. They've proven themselves to be a waste of energy. Facts. Because once you debunk all the shit they say, they'll find something else to come back with. It's like what do you want? You just want to be right. You could be right by believing all the bullshit you want to believe. You can do that. It's your life. See, a lot of y'all take this type of commentary personal because you really don't understand how to dissect what I'm saying. See, y'all want to sit here and say how the government control people's minds and do this and do that. No, you let them do it. That's what y'all don't understand. You let them do it. 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 How you know that these conspiracy theories that was put out here a long time ago wasn't put out here for us to follow? Do you know that some of these guys who were considered conspiracy theorists or quote unquote whistleblowers were people who actually work for the government? Do you know that Jordan Maxwell works for the Vatican? See, the more you think you thinking for yourself and you're not actually thinking for yourself. See, them conspiracy theories we got ain't come from us. It came from other people. Did we ever do the research behind those people who those theories came from? To actually analyze their theory and then question, why would a man who worked for the Vatican always talk about secret societies? Is he really exposing something to us? Is he really telling us secrets if he works for the Vatican and he's allowed to say this stuff in public? Is he really giving us any information? Because if he did, guess what would have happened? He would have disappeared. The same way William Cooper did. He'll disappear. He would have disappeared if he was telling secrets of the palace. He would have disappeared. If he was telling the public some shit he wasn't supposed to, he would have disappeared. Because y'all don't know how power work. See, when you start telling secrets, you are what? Uprooting power. Now you gotta go. So what you think that these David Icke, who you think these people are? No, these people were put here. You still ain't learned that part. You still don't know that there's a conspiracy within a conspiracy that's a conspiracy. You still ain't learned that though, did you? You ain't get that far. You ain't get that deep in the rabbit hole. That the conspiracy you learning about, that it's a conspiracy around that. It's a conspiracy around the man that's telling you about the conspiracy. It's a conspiracy around him. Do you know it's a conspiracy how he got that information to tell you that he telling you it's a conspiracy? Did you know that part? No. But you still going around pumping. This is what they want you to do. So you could fall right into their trap. This is psychology. This is psychology. It's not how you feel. You got to know how to win up here. You can't let them conquer you here. You more involved with Elon Musk's personal life than how much it costs for a pack of chicken. What should be more important to you? How many baby mamas Elon Musk have, or how much a pack of chicken wings cost? Huh? See, y'all getting mad at me, because I don't want to sit here and harp on shit that's irrelevant to the American citizen. Elon Musk having all his babies through IVF, does that change the price of bread? Huh? Is that going to remove the pedophiles out of my child's school? Huh? See, I don't want to talk about that. That's the shit I talked about when I was a child. That's childish shit. Talking about other people and what you think they might be doing. No, let's talk about what we got to get done. That's what matters. That's why they tell you not to fall in love with a politician. See? That's why they told you that. Stop being a personality worshiper. Stop liking people because you like their personality. That's what's wrong with y'all. That's what's wrong with y'all. This is why this could be a big ass troll and they got the whole world in a frenzy. This is what Kanye West was doing to y'all. Kanye's having another episode. Kanye's having another episode. Kanye's crazy. Kanye shouldn't be around his kids. Kanye's trolling. Even I had to realize that because he had me fooled for a minute thinking he was really goddamn crazy. I thought the nigga was crazy. Till I realized this nigga trolling. Because every time he had an episode, the nigga had music to sell. See, I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. I did plenty of shows defending Kanye West's mental health. I thought the nigga was crazy too. Until I watched one of his interviews and he said he not crazy. He said it out of his own goddamn mouth. He said that Kim and them was forcing him to take meds. She was putting shit in his food. She was putting the medicine in his food. That's why he was having those episodes. I said, God damn, so this is what Kanye said. Genius move. These niggas already believe I'm crazy. So why not sell it to them? Why not sell it to them? They already think I'm crazy. Why not sell it to them? Why not really make them believe I'm crazy? I'm going to throw on a Klan hoodie. I'm going to really make these niggas think I'm crazy. And watch how many of them go to Spotify and stream my shit. So I'm not putting it past that. This could be a whole charade. Because we got to remember this too. Trump is a troll. Elon's a troll. Trump is an attention whore. Elon is an attention whore. And look who just jumped in for some attention. Kanye. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all want to, why y'all take y'all tinfoil hats off? Oh, why this can't be a conspiracy? Where's the conspiracy theorist? Elon, attention whore. Trump, attention whore. Kanye, attention whore. Elon, troll. Trump, troll. Kanye, troll. Maybe Trump said, hey, you niggas paying too much attention to Diddy. Y'all talking about Diddy too much. Y'all talk about Diddy too much. Let me get some of that airtime. Let me get some clout. You know they clout, they trolls, they clout chasers. Trump probably like, yo, I'm so sick of seeing P. Diddy come down my timeline. Let's give him something to talk about, Elon. And we're going to bring in our friend Kanye because we love his last albums. They've been selling off the rack. We're going to bring in our friend Kanye to really troll the black community. Because, you know, they all believe Kanye's crazy. You know, they think we're all crazy. They think we're all crazy. You ever thought about that? No. No. Because it's so personal to you that it gotta be this way. It gotta be that way. It gotta be this way. It gotta be that way. No, it could be none of the way you thinking. Relax. Relax. Your life ain't on the line, okay? This is why American people, certain things have to be taken away from American people. So we can go back to living in reality. Because a lot of y'all be so consumed with shit that be irrelevant. People can make stuff real to you that really shouldn't matter. But they make it real to you. When the shit that's wrong in your life should be the realest to you. Should be the most thing that matter to you. Should be the thing that you're most passionate about. Should be the thing that you want to see change the most. It should be you. You want to see the president change. You want him to be a faithful man. What the hell that got to do with you? You an American citizen. What the hell Trump got to do with being faithful? That it costs $9 for a goddamn carton of eggs. What are y'all talking about? You see what I mean? Oh, Trump need to come home every night to his wife. What that got to do with gas being $12 a gallon? What are y'all talking about? You're an American citizen and you worry about the household of the president? Huh? And you think you're in control of your thoughts? You're not. You don't even know how to think like a civilian. You walking around here thinking like you a government official, worry about the lives and the business of government officials as if they're your goddamn colleagues. As if you on their level to be concerned. Oh, I'm so worried about Donald. I'm afraid how this is going to affect his son. You know, Barron is such a nice kid. You know, I've been around him since he was a little boy, and he grew up to be a fine boy. This how y'all be acting. What's wrong with y'all? You are an American civilian. Worry about the civilian life and what comes to civilians and what affects civilians. This is why they control the American people. This is why they control us. This is why all this shit could be a big troll. And I hope it is too. I hope it is. Because if it is, guess what? I'ma laugh with them. If this is a big troll, Classy Creole, I'ma laugh with their ass. I'ma laugh at y'all. I'm gonna laugh at y'all. Because you don't care about your own life. You don't care about the future of you. Some of y'all got grandkids. Some of y'all got grandchildren running around here worrying about the life of the president. No, your ass need to be worried about what's going to happen at the Department of Education because your grandson in the 2nd grade. You see what I'm talking about? That's the shit we need to be arguing about. His goddamn teacher dressed as a Pokemon trying to teach him. Who's that Pokemon? Your son in school and the goddamn teacher dressed up like Betty Boop. Sexualizing your 5-year-old grandson. That's the shit we need to be argued about and be passionate about. Oh, but we don't do that as Americans. You know, they only do that in other countries. We don't do that over here in the greatest country in the world. We want to worry about everybody's personal life. Except our own. Except our own. We want to fix everybody's relationships. We want to fix everybody's house but our own. That's the problem with America. We always in somebody's goddamn business. And guess who taught us that? This piece of shit government we've been having inactive for as long as it's been. All these trash administrations was running around minding everybody else's business. And it taught the American people to do the same thing. We worry about what Arabs are doing. We worry about what everybody doing but us. But us. Then when we get to talking about us, you know what we say? What about them? What about the British? What about Russia? What about Israel? What about China? What about Japan? Nigga, what about you? I asked you about you. I ain't asked you about Japan. Why are you talking about Japan? What about what Japan did? What about when Germany did when they had the gas chambers? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? See what these Democrats done did to the American people? I blame the Democratic Party for making American people dumb. Dumb. I blame the Democratic Party and the liberals, these Democratic liberals, for making the American people dumb. Because the Democrats made you fall in love with politicians. Got you all on Instagram looking at Michelle Obama. Y'all niggas are weird. Told my, oh, Michelle Obama got a body. You weirdo. The Democrats taught us that. Worry about everybody else's life so you never realize that you're destroying your own. Psychology. They taught us to worry about everybody else's life and talk about what everybody else doing so you don't realize that your life ain't shit. You don't realize that you ain't done nothing in the name of being an American, but you sitting around talking about everybody else. What you done? See, this is what the Democrats taught us. This is what they taught us. Shipped all the jobs out. These niggas don't want to work. They want to talk. You are not the father. How long America done sat around and watched Maury? You are not the father. Instead of going to work. Let's talk. We worry about everybody else's life. People used to call out of work to watch Maury Povich. Girl, he wasn't the father for 6 kids. You ain't got a father for your 6. Shut up, dummy. You see how dumb you done become? You sitting here talking about some shit and talking about a situation that you're in. You commenting on the same situation you in. You don't know how to get out your own situation. But you keep watching Maury. You are not the father. That look like his son. You know, people sat around. See, you laughing, Aries, but you know I'm telling the truth. People sat around for 20 plus years watching Maury. The American people watching Maury. So concerned with somebody else's goddamn life. You are not the father. And then we wonder why the American people are dumb. Because all we know how to do is worry about what somebody else doing, what somebody else got, and what they ain't got. Because that's what the Democrats and the liberals taught us. So when we wake up one day and we realize we ain't got shit, guess what we could say? It's because of this person. It's because of that person. It's because of this. It's because of that. And by the time you get to saying that, all that shit you talking is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Like all that shit y'all still like to talk about now. Well, if you're black, it ain't gonna matter, DS1, because you're still black. Still talking that shit. Still talking that shit. That shit over with. But you're still talking it. You're still talking it. Still having gender wars. Still arguing about people's sexuality. When none of that matters. Diversity, equity, and that don't matter no more. What you talking about it for? What you talking about it for? It's irrelevant. But the American people has gotten dumb. Gotten dumb, man. Now let's get into this last video before we get up out of here, man. Shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Now we got Zeus and Pop the Balloon. Exactly, bro. To make people dumb. To make you dumb. To put you in a fantasy world. Put you in Lululemon. Put you in Lululand. Yeah. You know, that's what they used to say back in the day. She's delusional. That's the world the American people are in. Lululemon land. Lululemon. Put her in some Lululemon. See that? See how everything becomes a cartoon? Lululemon. Yeah. You're a cartoon character. You're delusional. You're delusional. You're delusional. Delusional. Look at this, y'all. Let's get into it. Trump said this to his face months ago. Now, this was months ago, y'all, when him and Elon did an interview with Fox News, as y'all can see. And they sitting right next to each other. Throwing shots. Look, let's listen.
Let him do it. If he's got a conflict. I mean, look, he's in certain areas. I mean, I see this morning, I didn't know, but I said, do the right thing, where they're cutting way back on the electric vehicle subsidies.
Yes.
They're cutting back.
You lose.
Not only cutting back.
Hurt you. Correct.
Yeah. Now,
you don't care.
I won't tell you.
Well,
he's probably not that happy with it, but that would have been one thing he would have come to me and said, listen, you got to do me a favor. This is crazy. But this was in the tax bill. They're cutting back on the subsidies. I wasn't involved in it. I said, do what's right, and they're coming up with a tax, but it's just preliminary. But I mean, if he were involved, wouldn't you think he'd probably do that? Now, maybe he does better if you cut back on the subsidies. Who knows? Because he figures he does think differently. He thinks he has a better product.
Yeah.
And as long as he has a level playing field, he doesn't care what you do, which is very, he's told me that.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't asked the president for anything ever.
And if it comes up, how will you handle it?
Well,
He won't be involved.
yeah, I'll recuse myself if it is.
If there's a conflict, he won't be involved.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want that, and he won't want it.
Right, and also I'm getting a sort of a daily proctology exam here. You know, it's not like I'll be getting away from something in the dead of night.
Welcome to D.C. If you want a friend, get a dog.
Well,
Contract he would otherwise.
Now y'all heard that, right? No doubt, Big Floyd. I appreciate you pulling up, man. Shout out to you. Now you heard that, right? You heard what Trump said right in front of Elon. Trump said, if he has a problem, he will be removed. So now are we shocked at what's going on? He says if he has a problem, he will be removed. It's just that simple. You heard what Trump said? I told Elon, do the right thing. Does that sound like someone controlled by money? Or does that sound like someone who exercises power and authority? Huh? Does that sound like someone who's controlled by money? He told him to do the right thing. Meaning, do what I told you to do. That's what that means. Do the right thing means, AKA, do what I said. That's just a nice way of saying it. You know, people who have control issues, but they're great businessmen, they find ways to assert their authority in subtle ways. One of the ways is the lingo you use. He said, I told him, Elon, do the right thing. He had a problem with us removing the funding for those electrical vehicles. I told him, do the right thing. What you thought he meant by that? But y'all keep telling me that Elon was controlling him. After watching that video, you still believe that? You still believe that? You still believe that? He said, I told Elon, do the right thing. Thank you. Thank you, OG. It's a soft threat. Thank you. Do what I told you or else. That's what that means. That's what that means. So who's being controlled here? Who's telling who what to do? Just like Diddy can't tell them judges what he gonna do. He can't tell them federal prosecutors to take his $50 million and let him go free. Your money don't run shit over here, boy. Welcome to the big leagues. Welcome to the deep end where the sharks are. And guess what we do over here? We devour people that just got money. We devour those people. Yeah. You think you could buy your way into this club? We'll show you, buddy. Yeah. Sign this. Yeah, I need this paid for, Elon. Yeah, pay for this, Elon. Yeah, put this up, Elon. Yeah, pay for this, Elon. Pay for this, Elon. Pay for this, Elon. Oh, you don't like what I'm doing? Oh, you got a problem? Oh, all right. You ever heard of something called friendly extortion? you know, the guys that you see walking with their arm around them. Hey, buddy, come here. Like in the mafia movies. Hey, Frankie, come here, man. I love your calzones, man. Come here. Let me talk to you. And put his arm around you. And he's sitting there whispering how he'll cut your fingers off and put you in an oven if you don't have his money in the next 4 hours. That's what that's called. It's called friendly extortion. Hey, buddy. Hey, good to see you. How's your kids? Come on, walk with me this way. It's called friendly extortion. Hey, Elon, we love you. Why do you think Trump made sure everybody played their part? Nobody showed that they didn't like Elon. But now everybody's coming out saying that they didn't. Did not tell y'all Trump is trumping. Did not tell y'all Trump is a mastermind. I told y'all this. Y'all want to see this is why certain conversations I can't have with y'all. Y'all keep, Trump dumb, Trump dumb, Trump dumb. He ran New York City. The 90s and the 2000s. But he dumb. But he dumb. He dumb. Oh, he dumb. The president is dumb. Y'all niggas was calling Barack Obama smart. Y'all was calling Barack Obama smart because he went to Harvard. But gonna call a proven businessman dumb. This is why Trump said we got to bring back common sense to this country. Common sense. Common sense. Y'all sit here and say, Diddy is a mastermind. Diddy is smart. Diddy's a pervert and a weirdo. But y'all will call Donald Trump dumb, but call P. Diddy smart. You see? Diddy getting out of jail. He's smart. He a billionaire. He a record mogul. You forgot Diddy used to stay in all Trump properties? But at the end of the day, man, I hope that this is a big troll and that they laugh at everybody at the end. Honestly. T Church says, bro, DS1. Now you see where I'm coming from. Oh, yeah. Trump been playing chess the whole time. Of course. Of course. Because at the end of the day, Trump knows who Elon is more than we know who he is. And see, one thing Trump knows about Elon is Elon wants his money. Elon wants a return on his investment. And Trump promised him a return on his investment for an appointed time. But Elon is trying to force his way in to get the ball rolling on his shit faster. And Trump is telling him, hold your horses. We got to feed the people first. We have to feed the people. We have to fix things for the people first before we can start stuffing our faces, Elon. He don't understand that because he's not a politician. He's not a leader. He doesn't have a nation of people in his hands. So he doesn't understand that. You see? But shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I appreciate y'all pulling up. We will be back. We will be back with some more Trump content because there's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on in the Trump administration. It's a lot going on in this country. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on politically. We will continue to cover it. Shout out to everyone who has supported today's show. Make sure you, before you get up out of here, you hit that like button. You hit that like button. Double tap y'all screens if y'all are here through the vertical feed. Big Ruck says Trump low-key moving like Gaddafi. Whoa. 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 Woo. Shout out to Big Ruck for that. Shout out to everyone for tuning in. Yeah, I might be live tomorrow, Sin. I might go live tomorrow. I'm not sure. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all make sure y'all have y'all notification set. Make sure you hit that bell. Hit that bell. Make sure you set the channel notification so you notify every time we live. Because we might go live tomorrow. Y'all stay tuned. Shout out to my lovely lady mods. Thank you so much, Miss Classy Creole. If you would like to support, if you would like to financially support the show, if you would like to just support the content, you can hit the Cash App, you can hit the Venmo. But if you would like to support the student tuition fund with your donation, make sure you specify in the memo, you specify with the initials ST. You specify with the initials ST. That's for student tuition, and I will shout you out on the next show. Shout out to everyone. I appreciate y'all time. I appreciate y'all being here. Shout out to everyone who stayed to the end of the show. Get down to the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. That's a fact, Big Ruck. That's a fact. Get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think, man. We definitely going to stay abreast to see what's going on. You know, see if any more crazy, salacious stuff come out. But we will be back. So y'all stay tuned. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, you enjoyed the content, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time we drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to all of the visionaries. Much love to my lovely lady mods once again for coming through and holding it down. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.